Hello everybody, David Schuster here. Critics of Donald Trump have long said that he is crazy, but Donald Trump himself is now intensifying the argument that he has dementia, thanks to this.
Well, President Trump says he wants to reopen the notorious Alcatraz prison off the coast of California to house America's worst of the worst.
Keep in mind that one of the key signs of dementia is the inability to remember things or find the right word.
And it's long been a symbol, Alcatraz, of whatever it is.
It's a sad symbol, whatever it is. Come on, Mr. President.
You know, it's a sad symbol, but it's a symbol of law and order. And, it's got quite a history, frankly. So I think we're going to do that, and we're looking at it right now.
Another indicator of dementia is the suspension of reality. White House staff say that they didn't have any plans about Alcatraz or even consider it until Donald Trump mentioned it this weekend. And even Fox News says the idea that it would be somehow inexpensive or easy to do is insane.
Alcatraz, pretty forbidding, frigid place. Housed Al Capone, Machine Gun Kelly, Mickey Cohen, but it'd have to be rebuilt almost entirely. It's so outdated and crumbling. And here's the important part. It has landmark status. So there would be an avalanche of lawsuits that would probably tie it up for years.
In other words, Alcatraz is not going to be reopened, even if Donald Trump somehow loves the idea because of a movie that he watched over the weekend. Another sign of dementia is confusion, as in not understanding or not remembering what your job is.
President Trump, who told an interviewer that he doesn't know if he's required to uphold the Constitution.
Don't you need to uphold the Constitution of the United States as president?
I don't know. I have to respond by saying again, I have brilliant lawyers that work for me.
Less than 4 months ago, Donald Trump took the presidential oath of office from one of the highest profile lawyers in the United States, the U.S. Supreme Court Chief Justice. And Trump made this pledge.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Now, never mind Donald Trump forgetting his pledge to protect and defend the Constitution. Donald Trump also seems at a loss these days over the Declaration of Independence, a copy of which, an early copy, hangs in the Oval Office.
Of course, you have the Declaration of Independence.
What does it mean to you?
Well, it means exactly what it says. It's a declaration. It's a declaration of unity and love and respect, and it means a lot. And it's something very special to our country.
Check out Terry Moran's perplexed face. You see, the Declaration of Independence is not a declaration of unity and love and respect. It lists 27 specific complaints against King George III and the British government. The colonists in the 13 colonies used the Declaration as a rallying cry to fight and kill British troops during the Revolutionary War. Now, another sign of dementia, aside from forgetting things and memory loss, is repetition. And over the past several weeks, Donald Trump has repeatedly obsessed and bashed the Wall Street Journal, and he did it again over the weekend on Air Force One.
Who are you with? The Wall Street Journal. That's right. Well, you people treat us so badly. Wall Street Journal has truly gone to hell. Go ahead. It's a rotten newspaper. You hear me? What I said? It's a rotten newspaper.
Are there any updates and talks with Lender?
I wouldn't tell the Wall Street Journal because it'd be wasting my time. There are talks, but I don't want to talk to the Wall Street Journal. But look, Wall Street Journal is China-oriented, and they're really bad for this country.
Now, to be fair, Donald Trump is not the only member of his administration to say or do things that sound nutty, or to lose some perspective, or to abandon reality. Attorney General Pam Bondi has made some claims about the administration preventing fentanyl deaths.
Since Donald Trump has been in office, DEA has seized over 21 million fentanyl pills. That's 21 million lives saved, in my opinion.
21 million pills means 21 million deaths? Keep in mind that last year, the total number of deaths from fentanyl, while horrible in the United States, was 70,000. But just in the first 4 months of the Trump administration, the administration has saved 21 million lives? Pam Bondi corrected herself 2 days later.
Since he's been in office, DEA has taken 22 1.2 million fentanyl pills off the streets and seized, listen, 1,400 pounds of pure fentanyl. This is 119 million lives Donald Trump has saved since January. Pretty remarkable.
119 million? The entire population of the United States is 340 million. So Bondi is saying that the Trump administration saved 1 out of every 3 Americans. And then Pam Bondi changed it again.
You have been in office, President Trump. Your DOJ agencies have seized more than 22 million fentanyl pills, 3,400 kilos of fentanyl since you've been your last 100 days, which saved, are you ready for this, media? 258 million lives.
The Trump administration has saved 258 million lives. In just 4 months, 2 out of every 3 Americans have had their lives saved by the Trump administration. That's the level of insanity and craziness that surrounds Donald Trump. But of course, the dementia and the wild claims all starts with Trump himself. And one of the things that is another sign of dementia, at least seems to be another sign of dementia, is when older people tend to watch a lot of Fox News and don't really have any judgment to separate fact from fiction. Well, we know Donald Trump is watching Fox News, and we know that he was watching when Karl Rove criticized Trump for posting an image of himself, Trump, as the Pope.
You know, just tweeting out a picture of you as the Pope is deeply offensive to a great many people.
Rove also criticized Trump in the Abrego Garcia case.
Going out there and saying, for example, this guy from Maryland, I don't know whether he's a good guy or a bad guy. I don't know if he's a gang member or not. But the fact is bring him back to the United States, lay out the facts in a court of law, and get it done.
Late at night on his true social media page, Donald Trump erupted. He thundered, "I don't need to have Karl Rove of Fox News to tell me what to do. The guy's a total loser who's been wrong about almost everything." Trump is like that old geezer who yells at the neighborhood kids, "Get off my lawn!" And by the way, a few more signs of dementia include lashing out and, again, losing all perspective and judgment. And clearly, Donald Trump's judgment is worse than ever. He is forgetful, he cannot grasp complex ideas, and he is clearly prone to fits of anger. Now, whether Donald Trump actually has dementia or not is irrelevant, because the U.S. Constitution's 25th Amendment calls for the removal of a president who cannot faithfully exercise the duties of his office. And clearly, Donald Trump cannot faithfully execute the duties of his office, and everybody knows it, perhaps even a majority of his cabinet and the vice president who would be required to make that declaration in order to remove Donald Trump. But they lack the courage to tell the truth. And the truth is that Donald Trump is crazier and more insane than ever, and he is increasingly a greater danger to all of us. Trump White House staff who wish to remain anonymous say the president's irritability, confusion, and memory loss are all getting worse. Those are indicators of dementia. And on this day, there were several symptoms during an Oval Office photo op with the president of South Africa.
You're taking people's land away
we have not.
from them. And those people, in many cases, are being executed. They're being executed. And they happen to be white, and most of them happen to be farmers.
Journalists in South Africa say most of the people being executed there are black, and that there's no evidence of the South African government engaged in white genocide, as Trump insists. On top of delusions, Trump also had trouble following basic reasoning.
Can you explain to Americans why it's appropriate to welcome white Afrikaners here when other refugees like Afghans, Venezuelans, Haitians have all had their protected status revoked?
Well, this is a group, NBC, that is truly fake news. They ask a lot of questions in a very pointed way. They're not questions.
Actually, they are questions. And a few minutes later, when NBC's Peter Alexander asked about Trump's acceptance of a Qatari jet, Trump exploded repeatedly, another sign of dementia.
Mr. President, the Pentagon announced it would be accepting a Qatari jet to be used as Air Force One.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know, you to get out of here. What does this have to do with the Qatari jet? They're giving the United States Air Force a jet, okay? and it's a great thing. We're talking about a lot of other things. It's NBC trying to get off the subject of what you just saw. You are a real, you're a terrible reporter. Number one, you don't have what it takes to be a reporter. You're not smart enough. But for you to go into a subject about a jet that was given to the United States Air Force, which is a very nice thing. They also gave $5.1 trillion worth of investment.
The they is Qatar, who Trump couldn't seem to name. Also, Qatar's annual gross domestic product, or GDP, is $200 billion. During his recent visit, Trump claimed, without evidence, that Qatar was giving the United States $1.2 trillion, or 6 times GDP, which is preposterous. Now, Trump is claiming $5.1 trillion and erupting.
Go back, you ought to go back to your studio at NBC, because Brian Roberts and the people that run that place, they ought to be investigated. They are so terrible the way you run that network.
Peter Alexander doesn't run the network. It's Brian Roberts, as Trump had just said.
And you're a disgrace. No more questions from you. Go ahead. Go ahead, talk about that. His name is Peter something. He's a terrible reporter. Quiet.
Moments later, Trump struggled to put together a coherent thought about his white genocide claims, and he lashed out again.
We're here to talk about it, and I didn't know we'd get involved here. But I will say this, that if the news wasn't fake, like NBC, which is fake news, totally, one of the worst, ABC, NBC, CBS, horrible. But if they weren't fake news like this jerk that we have here, if we had real reporters, they'd be covering it. But the fake news in this country doesn't talk about that.
Well, they aren't talking about it because it's not true. That basic reasoning and logic escapes Trump. Basic history has also begun to escape Trump. He has a copy of the Declaration of Independence in the Oval Office, but in a recent ABC News interview, Trump seemed lost.
What does it mean to you?
Well, it means exactly what it says. It's a declaration. It's a declaration of unity and love and respect, and it means a lot, and it's something very special to our country.
Check out Terry Moran's perplexed face. The Declaration inspired colonists to kill British troops in the Revolutionary War. It was not about love. In another interview, Trump forgot his oath of office and his fundamental presidential responsibility.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
President Trump, who told an interviewer that he doesn't know if he's required to uphold the Constitution.
Don't you need to uphold the Constitution of the United States as president?
I don't know.
More recently, Trump whiffed while talking about cancer and Joe Biden.
I'm surprised that it wasn't, the public wasn't notified a long time ago, because to get to stage 9, that's a long time.
Cancer goes to stage 4. There is no stage 9.
And the auto pen is becoming a very big deal. The auto pen is becoming a big deal because it seems like that maybe was the president who ever operated the auto pen. But when they say that was not good, they also, you have to look and you have to say then.
What? According to medical literature, on top of sentence incoherence, other indicators of dementia include increased lack of judgment and strange fixations.
Our country needs law and order. Alcatraz is, I would say, the ultimate, right? Alcatraz, Sing Sing and Alcatraz, the movies. And it's long been a symbol, Alcatraz, of whatever it is.
White House staff have told reporters, though, that it's Trump's increased irritability and outbursts that raise the most questions.
Who are you with? That's right. Well, you people treat us so badly. Wall Street Journal has truly gone to hell. Go ahead. It's a rotten newspaper. You hear me? What I said? It's a rotten newspaper.
Now, to be fair, Donald Trump has been lashing out at reporters for years. During his first term, Trump repeatedly erupted at CNN.
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation? Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN.
Trump also fired away at Jeff Mason from Reuters.
Between you people, don't talk to me that way. You're just a lightweight. Don't talk to me that way. I'm the president of the United States. Don't ever talk to the president that way.
Now, though, even while exploding at reporters, Trump is slower and less coherent. Also, White House staff say his eruptions are more frequent and unpredictable, and that trend is another indicator of dementia. So, is Donald Trump suffering from the same cognitive decline that eventually claimed the life of his father, Fred Trump? Some forms of dementia do have a genetic component, and friends of President Trump say an erosion like his dad is Donald's biggest fear. In any case, Donald Trump is clearly aging, slowing down, and showing signs that trouble the people around him. The indicators should also trouble the American people. Because as frightening, damaging, and unconstitutional as Trump's policies may be, his inability to grasp reality and speak rationally will make everything even worse.